Good morning and welcome back to our channel. It's Thursday and I got a couple messages to get out really quick, and then later I have Pisces and Leo readings to do. I wasn't even gonna do zodiacs today, but when I was doing my astrology report, Pisces, Leo, 7th house, and the sun fell out in a row. So that let me know it's time to do those. I don't just do zodiacs. I just do them when they're supposed to be done, not when my ego tells me to. So today, we're going to talk about transforming spiritual poison into equanimity. Finding solutions by clearing the confusion through self-analysis, anger, and frustration. So, the message was, it's very easy to call everything light to avoid what you're truly going through. This is the purpose of tempering your inner shadows, right? Veil, right? Along with the light to find the truth. This comes in many forms. Projection. Projection is someone speaking on fear about something they do not understand and casting judgment upon it because their fear makes them believe that something is hooey going on, or something is not right going on, right? So it's a spread of fear. Let's say, for instance, you see I use herbs, like in the beginning of the channel. And maybe you've never been around people who burn sage, wear headdresses, listen to shamanic music. And it may seem like kitchen witch or voodoo to you, but it's still spirit, right? So the fear of ignorance, uneducated culture diversity would project that it must be evil, right? These things come from fear, from harm. So I'm going to read something out of Greg Braden's Wisdom Codes. Today's perception of love. Original capacity to love. A distortion that appears as suffering. For some people, the present day perception of a life event, the hurt, loss, or betrayal by our loved ones has become so painful that the distortion is unbearable. Skillfully and masterfully, these powerful individuals create behavioral patterns that allow them to get through life with less pain, spiritual bypass, and survive their distorted thinking. The reality, however, is that the behavior that gets them through often replaces one painful distortion for another. We know these repetitive patterns of pain as addictions. So again, today is clearing up confusion and finding solutions by sending the messages of self-analysis. What are your true motives, right? If everything is light, why do you still exist on earth? These are just metaphors. Please don't take them fucking so seriously that you freak out or whatever. This is an alignment in astrology with Jupiter. Okay, Jupiter and Mercury are in Gemini under Ardra. Yes, Gemini, Zadiral, put one of your apps that looks up at the sky, you'll see where the planets are. In the 11th house. This is intellectual sharpness and social adaptability. Diverse, understanding more, right? Intellectually educating yourself on culture. And likely to achieve your goals through connections by learning these social diversities, removing the fear. And social networks. Today, Mars sends an undoubtable victory to your energy. There's a message from St. George and black hematite carrying the seal of God. So do your own research on that. St. George from the Roman period, black hematite carrying the seal. I fucking read it this morning. I forgot what it says. So an unstoppable success in this transformation, transforming spiritual poisons, misunderstandings, fear, projection, and turning them into equanimity. Well, I never understood that offering herbs carries your prayers to spirit, cleanses the body. Working with animals and shamanic tools allows you to step out of the ego, the human identity and attachment to our misunderstandings, and think like an animal. Animals don't live by a code. Let's just put, for instance, an animal doesn't live in fear like humans do. Humans will lay in bed and scroll and think about tomorrow and think about the future and think about the past and their life and their all these things, right? An animal is right now in the present. It sees only what is true. There is no distortion. When a predator arrives, that animal jumps into survival mode, fight or flight, right? But as soon as the threat is over, they're back to being present. So this is what the purpose of working with shamanic tools is. So today, now this alignment was trined with Moon in Purva Asada, 5th house. This could help you with creativity, artistic expression, and entertainment that leads to some kind of fame and recognition. Also, Saturn and Neptune are in Pisces under Uttara Bhadrapada, the 8th house. Deep self-reflection. Transformation and potential for spiritual growth. Challenges in relationships may appear. Relationships doesn't always mean romantic. It could be friends, co-workers, work, neighbors, mailmen, etc. There could be challenges in that, and financial things. The message is, let go of your old patterns and accept new understandings. Vehuia. See, Bael is the alchemical psychology of going within, right? It's very easy to say there is nothing holding anyone in emotional states, right? It's very easy to put a mask on. Watch the movie The Circle. The Circle with Tom Hanks. Very good for this. Everyone in this job, this online entity called True You, because they're constantly under surveillance, they're not the true you. Watch the movie, you'll understand. It's very deep. It has a very deep message. Remember, the CIA disclosed evidence about your cell phones and surveillance of everyone, right? It's a very good movie for self-analysis. Are you truly you, or are you you because you're being watched? Do you feel like your social media platform is your entourage, invisibly surrounding you everywhere you go? Or are you truly you when you're not online? I'm so much cooler online. And then you're your true self when you're offline. Things you can ask yourself. True you. This isn't for judgment. This is for pure self-reflection. Mirror ourselves is how we grow. Staying ignorant to the possibilities of healthy behavior. Relieving ourselves from judgment of bias nature. Bias comes from uneducated differences. I like this song. So, for instance, let's just look at it like this. Indigenous tribes were called savages. And only the victors wrote the story, right? Heathens, devil worshippers, blah, 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 right? But they lived free. They lived in tune with the land, in tune with animals, in tune with God's spirit, whatever they fucking believe God to be. But empire needed conformity, right? So they needed that to be bad. So a simple way to look at this is, how do you convince people who don't believe in your agendas to follow you, right? You manipulate their mates and convince their mates that they're evil, right? So then they're like, oh, fuck, you know. And then they go to the priest and ask them, hey, you've convinced our mates to not interact with us. Well, yeah, fight my war, and I'll tell them you're working for God. Templar Knights. Right, so that is spiritual biasness. Of course, there are people who project wickedness onto others. This is more about hate. This is more about hurt people not being able to hurt the people who hurt them, so they hurt others. Marilyn Manson, we're killing strangers so we don't kill the ones that we love. Right? These are all topics of today's planetary alignment. So, with that, I think that's it. So I'm gonna take a little time and meditate on Pisces, and I'll come back with Pisces reading today. Pisces reading is going to be about the 7th house, the bedroom. Both of them actually are. The bedroom: marriage, trade, sexuality, litigation, contracts, competitors, public relations, alliances, and desires. The sun: how these things radiate in your life. The authority, the individuality in it. Leadership, the charisma, self-reliance, dignity, loyalty, determination, and endurance. Working with true selenite. And I will be back later with Pisces and Leo. Individually, not at the same time. Take care. See you soon.